So if you ever wondered how in the world I was able to get over 4 million views on one of my videos, I'm going to tell you all about it in this video. I'm going to take you out to where it all happened and tell you the story behind it. Let's go take a look. So as we drive out to the spot that I filmed this famous viral video, let me tell you the story of how this all came about. So right at the heart of COVID, like 4 months in, everything was still crazy at the time. Uh, I got a phone call from these people that lived, ironically enough, in Los Angeles, and they wanted to get out of there. They were sick of the lockdowns. They were sick of all the craziness of California and the big city, and they have been watching videos about Montana. They've been watching Yellowstone, and they decided this is it. We're leaving the big city and we're moving to Montana, and we want you to get us a place that is way out. You know, we don't want anybody around us. We want to be way out in the woods. And I said, well, have you ever been here before? And they said, no. And I said, I don't think you understand what you're asking. Uh, Montana is pretty remote and it's nothing like what you're used to. You should really come up here and see what you're getting into. Well, sure enough, 2 days later, they're standing in my office and they had picked out this house that it was way out, way up in the wilderness up near the Canadian border. And so we start driving out there, and it's like an hour and a half out of town. And we get almost there. We're like 10 minutes away. We're, way up a Forest Service road. And I decide to stop at that point and just pull over because they were following me. And so I get out of the car and walk back, and their eyes are just huge. Like they couldn't believe how remote we were. And so I told them, I just wanted to say, this is August. I said, what are you going to do up here in January when there's 5 feet of snow on the ground and, they don't plow these roads all this much and all of that. I said, this is, this is why I wanted you to come see what you're getting into. And they're like, oh my God, why didn't you say something? This is way too, we don't even want to go to the house. We would never buy something this far out. So on the, hour now drive back home, I thought I really need to make a video and warn people about what they're getting into and how remote Montana is, and just kind of warn people about it. And then at the end, I made the comment, and this is what made it go viral. All I said was, if you're moving up here from a big city, no matter where it is, I said people live here, and the reason you want to live here because they like the way it is. So just don't change it. And if you just go along with everything that goes on here and don't try to change everything, you'll get along just fine. Well, that just you know everybody had to comment on it. It was right before the election that year, and it just turned into this whole political thing about Democrats or this and Republicans, and people are ruining the state, and just on and on. And every time people leave a comment on YouTube, it pushes the video out more because YouTube sees that people are engaging with it. So all of the comments just totally pushed this video out and made it, go viral. I got like over 1 million views in about 3 weeks. It was unbelievable. I had never at that point with my channel, I had never even come close to that many views and subscribers and all of it. So that one video just, it totally blew up the channel, and it was just the stars aligned. I had no idea when I went out to film it that day that this was going to be the result. And like I had said last week, had I known that 4 million people were going to watch this video, I probably would have dressed better. So let's take a look. Let me show you the spot where we filmed it. And I'll tell you another story about how one lady tried to shut down the video altogether. So here it is, the exact spot that I stood almost 5 years ago and filmed the video that got over 4 million views. So at that time I was still using my camera, and I had a lapel mic that had a wire on it, so I couldn't stand too far away from the camera. I'm just standing here on the road, and the whole point was to make it look like I was way out in the middle of nowhere. So as you can see behind me, things haven't changed much. It still looks very similar to what it did 5 years ago. And it's just crazy that this one video went so viral that it completely blew up my channel, and it totally changed my business. And it is the reason I was able to go off on my own and start this new channel that you're watching now. So let's go down the road and I'll show you the other area, the other spot that I filmed that day. And I got a great story over there as well. So this is right where I was standing for the second part of the video. And this is where I made the comment that made the video go viral. And when I made the video, I got a lot of the comments too were like, oh my God, he was standing right in the middle of a road and nobody ever came down the road. It must really be remote here. Well, the magic of Hollywood, I had to edit out a couple of the cars that went by. Definitely isn't as remote as I was trying to portray it to be, but it worked for the purpose. And then as far as the other spot that we were just at, that the person that owns the property along that road called me after the video had blown up and it showed up on their feed, and they watched it and said, I should charge you for trespassing because you were on my property. And I was like, I was in the middle of the road. I was on the road. And some of these lots out here, the property lines show that you go out to the middle of the road, but obviously this is a county road and it's an easement. So she doesn't own the road. So I had to explain that to her. And it was crazy that she was arguing that I was on her property and I could be arrested for trespassing, even though I was standing in the middle of the road. So obviously nothing ever became of that, but kind of a funny part of this whole story. So that is the story of how my one video got over 4 million views, and how you should always be careful when you make videos that 4 million people may see it. So you may want to think about your outfit a little more and not wear a stupid Letterkenny t-shirt when you film a video. Anyway, next week I'm heading out to kind of beyond the area I was showing those people. It's called the West Kootenai. So I'm going to show you some of the crazy places we go here in Montana when we show different properties. Oh, God. So in this video, so if you guys ever wondered about